Close the hatch.
Seal it.
Seal it forever. Not forever. Oh, God, it's sealed.
It's sealed. Everyone, I hope you're listening to this in your emergency virus bunkers.
You got to have one. Everybody has one. We have one. It was originally called the Lockout Bunker. It is now the Virus Bunker.
Yes.
/ potentially canceled season. Maybe already canceled.
It's basically a sanctuary where we will both not die and be able to grasp the last vestiges of the carcass of the NHL season.
That's right.
I hope you're here to munch on some carcass with us.
We're here to celebrate the carcass. We're going to tell you how to get through this dark time because we emptied our lockout bunker. We emptied it.
Yeah.
We're filling it back up.
We were prepared for a lockout, and so we'd stashed everything away. But as you guys remember, we kind of got a little cocky and we took all the stuff out. So right now the room is a little more empty than we'd like it to be, considering we're hunkering down. We're hunkering.
We got a hankering for a hunker.
We got a hankering for hunkering. Like Henrik Sedin with how much we hanker for hunkering.
Oh man, Hank Sedin, more like hunker Sedin.
Man, Hank is a hunk.
Hank's a hunk.
He's a Hank who hungers for hankering down.
He's got to hunker down because he's such a Hank.
The last one was his name.
Yeah, it sure was.
Anyways, the oxygen's low in this room.
Oxygen's low.
The oxygen's low.
We're running out of time.
Morale is low.
What do we have here in the emergency bunker, Steve?
Well, I grabbed everything I could carry.
Yeah. Me too.
Luckily on hand.
Because there might not be any hockey.
There might not be any hockey. So did we say that already? You know that already. This episode.
It's over. It's over! I brought a lot of stuff into the bunker.
I brought a lot of stuff. Luckily, the first thing I grabbed, of course, was my collector's edition Pack Your Bags Mike Babcock duffel bag. Right. And so I was able to put a lot of shit in that, you know.
Yeah, for sure, a ton of shit.
Yeah, it's the bag that he packed his shit into, and then franchised as a very successful line of travel wear.
Yeah, I mean he's making a lot of money from all that shit.
Yeah.
I got a lot of Frolf DVDs because I got to get that competitive fix that I get from watching hockey.
Frolf instructional or professional Frolf tournament footage?
Burned DVDs of Frolf tournaments that I downloaded from YouTube.
Wait, that's a better question. I should have asked, who sells these? And the answer is no one.
No one sells them. No, I just keep them for my own. I like to watch Frolf when hockey's not on.
Okay, Daniel,
gets me going?
Did you bring the TV? Okay, that's what I thought. So, not that I was going to watch any Frolf DVDs. Yeah. Unfortunately, in our lockout bomb shelter, there was already
bomb shelter.
Sorry, our virus bomb shelter.
It was a lockout. Now it's the virus / canceled season. I have not been watching the NBA this season.
A great reason not to watch the NBA season this year, by the way, is because Canada currently has the championship.
That's a great reason.
So it's ours now.
Also, since it was canceled this year, 2 years in a row?
2 years in a row?
Fuck yeah, 2 years in a row, dude. Repeat. Can you say repeat with me?
Repeat Buttigieg. Let's do this.
Let's put a notch on the board, Leroy. Repeat NBA champs. Put it up there. Toronto Raptors win. I mean, they don't win 2 years in a row, but they've been champions.
They are champions for 2 years.
Champions 2 years in a row. Write that down, Leroy.
If someone says, who was the champion in 2019? You say Raptors. Who was the champion in 2020? You still say Raptors. You still say Raptors.
What I was going to say.
Side note.
Yeah, sure.
Politics side note. Mm-hmm. Does that just mean that Biden is the nominee? Don't answer me. Don't want to know. We're in a bunker now. We're safe from all this shit.
Politics sport.
Polysport. Polysporin. Good name for our new podcast about the U.S. election.
How to stay clean. Use
how to stay clean. Polysporin at a time like this, very important.
Has anybody tried polysporin on the coronavirus? Just asking.
It
might stop it.
Yeah.
Gold
bond.
No one's tried.
Has anyone gold bonded it?
Bengay. Have we put any Bengay on it?
Is it a person or a salve?
It's a cream.
It's a cream. It's a salve.
It's a salve.
I always thought it was like a jazz singer.
It's probably a jazz singer.
There is probably also a jazz
Maurice
singer.
Bengay.
If you look up Maurice Bengay.
He's
like from Quebec.
Yeah, he's a Quebecois.
He's a failed
Quebecois jazz singer.
He used to play right wing in the Q, became a jazz singer, then saxophonist. Maurice Bengay.
Got worse. Look him up.
Look him up. Go to a library. Look up Maurice Bengay.
Go to a library. Look up a book about Maurice Bengay. Use
Dewey Decimal
the
System.
Dewey Decimal System.
MBG 1074.1.
Anyway, we forgot to bring a TV in here, so I don't know what we're gonna watch.
I think we're gonna use those Frolf DVDs as fuel.
We can use those
to keep us warm.
Yeah.
Other things that we can burn to use fuel. I have a collection of signed Kyle Wellwood sticks.
Wow,
the only flammable sticks. Wooden
sticks, folks.
Yeah.
Wooden sticks.
They were. I bought them by the pound at a lumberyard.
He was not in shape.
Great
hands. Bigger love handles.
Great. No,
that's Kyle Wellwood for you.
I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, I mean, so we got a lot to do in this bunker, but mainly what we want to do is we want to tell the people.
We got more stuff.
We got more stuff. We got more stuff. I didn't see we got more stuff back there.
We have a whole other shelf. You didn't see the extra
I
shelf.
got an extra shelf.
Like I said, I filled my backpack your shit bag, and it's full of stuff, which is going to get us through the season. Because the main thing you want to do during a crisis is maintain your regular lifestyle. You don't want to change too much.
Maintain.
You want to maintain your regular lifestyle because things can get crazy. You can get cabin fever.
Yep.
As you can tell, we're in a small bunker. There's just the two of us. If I don't maintain my normal regimen, I think I'm going to go crazy. So as always, I am going to
crack a beer.
These are the Henrik and Daniel Sedin commemorative rice beer.
22%, 33%.
Yeah, I'm so proud that they made them 33%.
It's badass.
It's a badass beer.
It's a badass beer.
It hits you like, the virus that we're hiding from right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in my Pack Your Shit Babcock bag, you'll notice that there is many memorabilias that I find useful. Obviously,
it hits you like Scott Stevens. Sorry, it took a while.
That was, I mean, I'm glad the joke happened.
Yeah.
You know what they say about comedy? Fuck timing.
You know what they say about comedy? The longer it takes, the funnier it is.
Exactly.
You guys like comedy?
Just let that sit.
Let's
let that sit with you guys.
Let it sit.
Last episode.
It's the thing with comedy. You got to let it marinate.
The last episode, our refrain, I believe, was, y'all listening? Are you listening to this?
Y'all listening to this?
This time it's, you like comedy?
Y'all listening to this?
You like comedy? Well, then, here we are.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of stuff in our bunker. It's getting crazy in here.
Yeah. I obviously have a carpet that I lay down that is weaved out of Brent Sopel's weave. And every day at 5 p.m., I turn it east and pray to Russia that they send us a prospect that's going to work out.
What a weave, huh?
Yeah.
What a mighty good weave. He had some good hair. Sopel. Best hair? We haven't done an all hair.
We haven't
team.
done an all hair team.
We haven't done an
all hair podcast.
No, that's true. Who else joins the all hair team? Sopel, obviously. Who else had good hair?
Do you think that because of
Besser's got the flow?
Besser's got the flow. I think the flow might be a little overrated.
It's a little bit overrated, but
I think the
flow
was funny when he was like 14. How old was he when he started with the Canucks?
14. That's right.
Yeah, 14. Okay, cool.
Youngest player in history.
Kotkaniemi.
Does he have good hair?
Kotkaniemi not playing in the NHL this year.
Nobody else has.
You know who else is not playing in the NHL this year? Any NHLers.
NHLers.
If this podcast is being aired, it's because no NHLers are playing in the NHL right now.
It's been canceled. Hashtag canceled. What else we got in this bunker?
We got the emergency cannon blast, Columbus cannon blast flares. If we need to single for help.
Yeah, these are the official flares that they use to light the cannons.
Cannons
okay?
in
This
Columbus.
is real memorabilia. Okay,
Yeah.
we got these online. eBay. It's official.
The reason why we were able to get them is because they're the special flares that you use during a playoff series win, and so of course there was a fair amount left over.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. We've got some in case we get hungry. We've got some of the octopus that they throw on the ice for the Detroit games because they ain't making the playoffs anytime soon, folks. And so we're selling those off. The arena
those were
has a lot.
very on sale.
Freezers full of squids that they're just selling. So again, we bought a lot of those off eBay.
To keep ourselves warm, we were able to score most of Austin Matthews' extensive closet.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to say mustache. Boom!
Boom. Moving on.
Suck it, Matthews.
Unfortunately.
It's Boston Matthews, baby.
You Boston.
You just got roasted by the HockeySport Slamcast.
How do you like them sopals?
Yeah, that sounds like apples to me.
How do you like them sopals?
We also got Top Corner Hockey. Everybody's played that game.
We literally just have the game Top Corner Hockey.
We've got the game Top Corner
animals.
Hockey. And we're going to play the shit out of it. And we're going to get really good at it.
We're going to get fucking good. I'm going to beat Gary
you guys,
for once.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Stop the podcast.
Stop the podcast.
Stop the podcast,
Stop the
Leroy.
podcast. Stop recording.
Stop recording. Are we stop recording?
Are we stop recording?
Re-record.
Okay, start recording.
Do you guys know how good we are at Top Corner Hockey? If there was a league, we'd be zillionaires. We're better at Top Corner Hockey than the Tampa Bay Lightning are at regular hockey.
And watch out, because we're just getting better. We're in this bunker for ever, I guess, because the door, unfortunately, is locked forever.
It's been locked forever. It has been locked forever, but we'll find a way.
It's locked on the outside, and we told no one we're going in here, and no one knows it exists except us.
Yeah, but we have Wi-Fi in here, right? We have Wi-Fi in here, Leroy? Yeah, that's a yes.
That's a yes. I hope that's a yes.
That's a yes, folks.
That's a yes, folks.
That's in my mind right now, that's a yes. And I don't need to worry about it.
We also have in here some memorabilia that was a little harder to find, so we've been keeping it here for safekeeping, which is the Stanley Cup from 2004 that wasn't handed out.
That's right. This is a good piece of memorabilia, folks. This is in our lockout bunker. It's just to keep us, just to keep us happy when hockey leaves.
Yeah.
We like touching it.
Important to have that. And considering there might be another one this year, a non-handed out Stanley Cup, it seemed like this was the appropriate time to whip it out.
And perhaps the most prized possession of the HockeySport Virus Bunker, I have in this hermetically sealed case, Joe Thornton's Last Chance. I have it here.
Wow,
I
it's
have
here.
it.
That's where it is. I didn't realize that's where it is.
Because I fucking bought it, baby.
This is it, baby.
Because I bought it, baby.
Yeah.
So it's here. I'll open it for you.
Wait, listen to this, everybody.
I'll open it for you.
Marion, don't look at it. Shut your eyes, Marion. Don't look at it no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shut it right there.
See, it ruins the value if you open it. But
so I don't want to open it for too long.
The funny thing is that never had any value.
I've been trying to sell it back to Joe.
Yeah.
But he won't buy it.
Yeah.
He's not buying it.
He's not buying it. He's not
buying
it. When people say Joe Thornton's going to win a cup, I'm not buying it.
He already had a lot of chances. So this chance, you know how the market gets flooded when there's a lot of a thing? So he had a lot of chances. So that's why it's not really actually worth that much.
Yeah. I love how he said, I've been chasing it for 22 years, as if he's like going to Rambo it.
Yeah.
Show up in its bedroom and slit its throat. I don't trust Joe Thornton with the cup. I don't want to see what he does to the cup.
No, I don't want to see what Joe Thornton does to the cup because you know what? I respect the cup and I don't think Joe Resportons.
Yeah. He has no respect for the cup.
He's got no respect for the cup.
Yeah. No respect.
What's he going to do to that cup if he gets it alone in a room? That sounds like the kind of guy that would tie up the cup and do terrible things.
Yeah, he's going to cut off the cup's ear.
Oh, don't say that.
Joe Thornton's going to tie the Stanley Cup up, put on Stuck in the Middle with You, and cut its ear off.
Yeah, he's going to douse it in gasoline and just play with it for a bit. It's terrifying. Joe, what are you doing? Joe Thornton is going to find the Stanley Cup. He's going to tie it down, and he's going to read all the short stories and fictional novels that he's written about the Stanley Cup.
After breaking the Stanley Cup's ankle with a sledgehammer.
We're talking Misery, folks. If you didn't get the reference, we're talking Misery.
It's a dated reference.
It's a dated reference,
Kathy
but
Bates
come on,
fans.
Stephen King.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates. Stephen King.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
Oh, Misery's alive! Misery's alive! Oh, it's so romantic. Oh, this whole house is going to be filled with romance. I'm going to put on my Liberace records.
Also, in the mom shelter, we do also have a Kathy Bates signed copy of Misery, which is why that came to mind, but that's not important. It's neither here nor there.
Also, replace Joe Thornton with Kathy Bates in the ice. Just do it. Let's get Kathy Bates on the
Kathy
ice.
Bates. Did anyone see Richard Jewell? I'm not saying that because I did. I'm just asking, did anyone see Richard Jewell?
Anyway, Joe Thornton's going to do just dirty, disgusting things to that Stanley Cup. I don't want him anywhere near Lord Stanley. Pritchard's been cursed to guard it for a reason. Pritchard?
Pratchett? Carey?
What's his
Pratchett?
name?
Kelly Clarkson.
Does anyone...
Carey Clickett.
Carey Clickett?
That was...
Oh, man. That's a name.
You know, when you're thinking a thing and your mouth does whatever it wants.
Carey Clickett.
Kelly Clickett.
Kelly Clickett. Sorry. Joe, I got your last chance right here, so give me a ring. You're screwed.
You want him to give you a ring in exchange for his last chance to win a cup ring.
So
what ring is he giving you?
Oh, I mean like a ring, like a call. Like ring.
Oh, a ring. Because he wants a ring. You don't need a ring.
It's a ring for a ring.
Give me a ring for a ring.
One ring to rule them all.
It began with the forging of the great rings. 3 were given to the race of penguins.
Immortal, wisest and fairest of all beings.
3 to the Blackhawks.
Great miners and craftsmen of the mountain halls.
And 13 rings were gifted to the race of Maple Leafs.
Who above all else desire power.
But they were all of them deceived, for another ring was made.
In the land of Vegas, in the fires of the Bellagio, the Dark Lord Bettman forged in secret a master ring to
control all others. And into this ring he poured all of his
cruelty, his malice, and his
will to dominate all life. One ring.
To rule them all.
And to reiterate.
Right.
Joe Thornton, if you want that ring, give us a ring. We've got the ring. Bettman doesn't have it?
Yep.
We've got it.
Yep. We got it. We got it in here in our bunker. So don't get the virus because we won't be able to give it to you.
Yeah. You need to make sure you don't get the virus. Oh, he's in San Jose.
Right. Okay, well, if you get the virus, we'll leave it outside and then just call us.
Call us.
And so we don't have to...
We've got the ring.
Yeah. We'll leave it outside.
We'll leave it outside. Do you have Venmo?
We got anything else in our bunker?
I also brought canned food, but unfortunately all of the food is hot dogs prepared lovingly by Phil Kessel.
Canned hot dogs?
Yeah, canned. He apparently thought this business was going to work out. Didn't work out great, but here we are.
Kessel's canned dogs.
Well, as always, since we said Kessel's canned dogs, that means it's time to cue
the hockey sport.
I didn't bring it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the things I stashed in the the bag cock. I'll call it no, never mind.
The bad cock?
I'm not going to call it the bag cock.
Call it the bag. Call it the cock bag.
The cock bag. Okay, Mike Babcock's cock bag. I didn't stash the Hockey Sport Podcast theme music, but that doesn't mean we can't cue it.
Let's still cue it. We can just do it ourselves a cappella, baby.
A cappella.
I've seen Glee.
All of it? Or one of it?
All of it, baby.
Or just you've seen the emotion Glee?
All the seasons.
With as much Glee as we can, let's cue the a cappella Hockey Sport Podcast theme music. Cut. Nice. That was right.
That was perfect.
That was perfect. We could
did
start
it.
a band.
We could start a band.
We could do movies.
In our bunker.
We could do music.
Well, let's start a band in our bunker.
Start a band in the bunker.
Let's start a bunker band.
We'll call it the Bunker Boys.
Let's start the Bunky Boys.
The Bunky Boys.
Well, we're here in the bunker. We're giving you all the know-how. We're telling you what's up. And we're still recording. We're still sending it out. We're still sending out this podcast.
We got 30 feet of dirt above us, protecting us from all of you diseased lechers.
Yep.
And we feel safe. So we're going to speak our mind.
The people need to know, and we're going to tell the people what's up in the league. Because it's a lot. It's mass confusion, mass hysteria. It's all crazy right now. So we're going to remind people what's really important. We're going to tell you what you need to know.
Yeah. We don't want people to be hysterical. We're going to tell you exactly how fucked we all are.
So that's why we're starting with. Remember, this is an emergency episode. So we're not doing our normal structure here. We're starting
like all of our emergency episodes. We recorded this in 2018 when we did a batch of emergency episodes.
Of emergency episodes. We're just really good at predicting the future.
We're really good at predicting this. We just knew that this would be something we'd have to have, which is why we were able to get it out so quickly.
So quickly.
Unlike most of the governments of the world, we are ready for a breakout of
Jonathan Quickly. He should change his name to Quickly. I mean, I know it's quick, but, Quickly? That just sounds bad.
Jonathan Quicken Loans? Sponsorship ideas.
Right.
My guess is that Jonathan Quick is having some lean Christmases with his $11 million whatever.
Jonathan come too quickly because he can't last very long in bed. Just saying.
Look,
I've heard rumors.
I'm just saying. My problem with that is not the factualness, but everyone knows that.
Everybody knows it, okay? Jonathan Quick knows it. Corey Schneider knows it. Ryan Kessler knows it.
Etc.
A third party that we all know about.
We all know about that.
There's a reason why the Canucks lost in 5 in 2012 to the LA Kings, and it's because Jonathan comes too quickly. ... We all know the ... We all know what the ... is.
That's a great thing about ... It always is clear. Now,
and usually it's ... because it's asterisk and a period. So if you see somebody put 4 ... don't correct them because it's asterisk period.
I mean,
okay, that's the correct way to do it, folks.
Definitely ellipses.
Just because the world
it's definitely not called an asterisk.
Doesn't mean we have to abandon.
That's not what an
grammar.
asterisk is. An asterisk is a different thing. Fuck.
All right.
My question is...
we weren't going to get hysterical
we weren't
until
gonna
the
get
end of the
hysterical till the
episode.
end. But when you bring up grammar and you call an ellipses an asterisk...
If there's one thing that the HockeySport cares about...
If there's one thing
it's
that the
gram-grams.
HockeySport podcast is called about gram-grams, think about gram-grams. At a time like this with coronavirus, you got to think about your gram-grams, or grammar.
Anyway,
got to think about grammar.
You got to think about your grammar and your gram-grams. But
every crisis has victims. Who are the victims, Daniel?
We need to talk about who are the most bummed teams. This is the top story. Who are the most
number
bummed
one.
teams?
Wait, cue it.
Cue it. Who are the most bummed teams?
Who are the most bummed? Because some teams, let's be honest. Phoenix, sigh of relief.
Yes. Phoenix are the most stoked teams.
Yes. Phoenix, top 10 most stoked teams. And yes, first time ever saying that.
Yep.
Also,
for sure.
I know we both called them Phoenix. I don't know where they play.
Right. They're the Arizona
It might not be
Coyotes.
Phoenix.
Right.
I would just like it to be Glendale. If they change their name to the Glendale Coyotes. Or even just the Glens. Isn't Glen the perfect word for that franchise?
Glenn's Coyotes.
No, just Glenn. No nickname.
Glenn.
And then a picture of Glenn.
Glenn scores.
Glenn wins 2-1.
Which picture of which Glenn?
Which picture of which Glenn?
Yeah, which Glenn are we putting?
Glenn Close, but from that movie where she plays Albert Nobbs.
Wow. So...
It's Albert Nobbs.
Yeah. No,
yeah, I know. You know the movie. You know the movie. Yeah. No one listening knows the movie, but you know the movie.
Yeah. The Glens.
The Glens. And they play in Glendale Arena. No confusion.
In this post-virus world, anything can happen.
Do you think I was going to say, like, a hockey player?
No, I just thought you were going to just name a dude, like a random... Glenn just seems like a random dude's name. I wasn't expecting you to go Glenn Close on me. She got robbed last year at the Oscars. Robbed, I tell you. She got Rob Starked at the Oscars. Anyway.
The Oscars were Glenn Close's red wedding.
We are way off hockey topic right here.
Okay, long story.
Long story.
No,
sorry.
Long story. Sorry. Go. Long story. Long. Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Sorry.
It's yours.
Someone
gotta do it.
Born identity.
One of Bong Joon-ho. At this,
story.
We have to just. Okay, I'll take it away.
Take it
because
because we're doing that thing where you're walking across the street
exactly.
and you're trying to go right. And
you're unlocking the door and I'm pulling the handle, and you're unlocking the door and I'm pulling the handle.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. We're doing the same thing.
Yeah. We're both doing the
We're
same
just
thing.
doing the same thing.
We're both doing the same thing.
At this point,
we're both doing the same thing, and I'm just going to shut it down, and
shut
you
it down,
go.
please.
Shut it down.
You go. No, shut it down. You go. I'm shutting it down. You're going.
Okay.
It's your turn.
All right,
Go.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going.
I believe in you. Sorry.
Long story short, I can't remember what we were talking about. I really can't.
We weren't talking about anything. I think we were talking about Glenn Close.
We weren't talking about hockey, that's for sure. So let's get back
to
hockey.
Can we Zamboni this segment right now? We haven't Zamboni anything in this game.
Zamboni Glenn Close.
Zamboni Glenn Close. Glenn, fuck you. You ruined this episode. Who's the most bummed?
Who are the most bummed teams? The Oilers have got to be bummed.
The Oilers have got to be bummed.
The Oilers are choked.
Connor McDavid is a year older, and his
Jesus
knees
Christ.
are 6 years older, and he just is not getting any younger.
Sucked for so long.
They just
sucked
put
for
it
so
together
long.
this year.
This year, they were really putting it together. They're in the playoffs now. Like the Canucks are on the cusp.
Oh yeah, we're at a point at this stage of the season where the Oilers are just a sure thing. But this whole season's a wash. It's a wash.
It's a wash in the wind. Yeah,
Whisper in the weeds.
Yeah, I mean the Oilers have got to be really choked. I mean they're straight up in the playoffs right now. Canucks are stuck on the cusp of the playoffs. I like to call it the crust of the playoffs. Calgary's on the crust too. Nashville's crusting. The Peg
really crusty.
The Peg are crusty right now. Oilers are in for the first time, like solidly. God.
And then it's over.
And McDavid's the kind of player that can just he can just win. That guy can just win.
I mean, he's never won. He's not done.
Right.
He doesn't have a long track record of winning.
Right, good point.
He can score.
He can score.
He can skate.
Okay, sorry, let me take that back. He's the
He
kind of guy
skate.
that can just score a goal. Their team will lose, but he'll score once.
He'll score a goal. Good for him.
Anyway, Oilers are going to be there.
They got to be bummed.
That sucks.
They got to be bummed.
I
I think Boston's probably pretty bummed. But
Boston's bummed right now.
if there is a silver lining to coronavirus, which I hope there is, it's Boston's bummed.
Boston is supremely bummed. They're in first right now. They got to be bummed. Tampa's got to be bummed. I mean, is Tampa bummed?
I don't think Tampa's bummed.
I don't think Tampa's
I
bummed.
think Tampa needs a buffer year.
Tampa, because there's too much pressure this year.
Yeah, this year
Too
it's
much
like,
pressure
what
for
are you going to
Tampa.
do after that? But then next year, Tampa is just back.
Everybody, and next year, everyone's forgotten about. This is the perfect scenario for Tampa fans.
Tampa's stoked. Okay, we're upgrading Tampa. Put them on the stoked board.
Okay, so we got the Glens are stoked.
The Glens are stoked.
Tampa's stoked.
Tampa Bay Devil Rays or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I think the Habs are stoked too.
Yeah, the Habs just want nothing to do with any of this.
They want nothing to do with this season. They
they're
should have
like-
pulled the shoot years ago.
Yeah, they're like, does this mean we pay Carey Price and Shea Weber for one less year?
Yeah. Who else is bummed here? Oilers? Is it just the Oilers? Are the Oilers
Look,
the most bummed?
Are the Oilers the most bummed? And is that the happy ending we were all looking for?
Because St. Louis doesn't give a shit. They won last year.
Yeah,
Again,
they won last year.
Double champs. Double
Most,
champs.
You know what's weird?
If
most
it's canceled,
of the teams,
double champs.
Most
If it's canceled, double champs.
We've already been over this. Raptors, Blues, double champs. Also, if you've already won, which a lot of the contenders have already won.
Correct.
Boston, contender, already won.
Tampa, contender, already won.
Tampa has already won.
Yeah.
Like, do you care that bad?
No.
But fuck me, Edmonton is pissed.
That's a contender. They won, but they haven't won.
They haven't won.
Is
They
there
really
some
haven't.
point
Is
where-
it winning if you have Gretzky on your team?
Yeah, and is there some point where your team is so bad that you get minus to Stanley Cup?
Because
If
they
you-
deserve that. Buffalo,
How about this?
loses a Stanley Cup this year.
New rule
New
alert.
rule, everybody.
New rule alert.
Set it up. We're gonna set up. I'm pulling that pulley we have that has a flag that leads to the surface
Yes.
above our bunker.
Yeah, I'm hitting a button. There's an alarm going off 30
Alarm,
feet ahead
30
above
feet
us.
above us.
30 feet
right
above
now,
us.
there's a single waving flag with a little bell going ding, ding,
New
ding,
rule
ding.
alert.
New rule alert.
Team,
That's what those mean.
Team that comes in last place, you get minus a Stanley
No,
Cup.
only if it's like, if you miss the playoffs for 5 straight years,
Okay, if you miss the
and one of those years you are in dead last.
Okay, if you miss the playoffs for 5 straight years and one of those years you're in dead last, you lose a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, negative.
Negative cup.
Why can you only win? Why can't you also lose cups?
It's a really interesting idea that we've come up with in this bunker.
In this bunker, and as soon as someone notices the waving flag, ringing bell, and what did you signal? A light?
That's some sort of alarm.
Some sort of alarm
I
system.
can't remember. The air in here is really thin. The point is, Edmonton. You know what? I thought this was going to be a segment just about talking about all the different teams,
bummed, but really, there's only one bummed result.
We're just rocking on Edmonton right now, so that's all you need. Suck it, Edmonton. Who's to blame?
Who is to blame? As much as there is sympathy to go around, there is also anger. Are you angry?
I'm pretty pissed right now. The NHL is going to be canceled. #canceled. And if they aren't canceled, then we're going to be playing in empty arenas. But it's probably going to be canceled. It might even be canceled by the time this episode airs.
And does it count if no one sees it? Does it count?
If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
If a hockey game is played in an empty arena, does it count as a hockey game?
If Pettersson scores a sweet breakaway goal coming out of the penalty box and no one's around to cheer it, does it count?
Does he still get painted gold?
Does he still get painted gold? Fields of Gold, Sting.
Cue that song.
Cue Fields of Gold.
Cue Fields of Gold.
Who's to blame?
Who is to blame?
Who's to blame for this? Because if everything's canceled, if everything's fucked, if everything's chaos reigns, who is to blame? Who started this? Who started this?
I mean, everyone in the world is shutting down travel. No one's flying. No one's going anywhere. We're containing the virus.
Containment.
Meanwhile, the NHL expanding? You've got Vegas? Seattle?
Another team in Toronto? What?
Reckless
expansion.
Reckless expansion is to blame. You know where there wouldn't have been coronavirus?
Where?
Quebec City.
That's right.
Too fucking cold.
Very clean people there.
Very clean people.
Very lots of sanitizer. You know where else?
The Catholics are constantly washing their babies.
Yes, holy water is very antibacterial.
Inflammatory.
You know what else? You know who else is a very clean people?
You know to whom else?
You know to whom else doth they clean? Hartford.
Hartford.
The Hartford people are a very clean people. They're whalers. They don't want to get that whale oil on their skin because it's bad for your skin.
Gotta wash that shit
they
off.
Wash themselves. Anyway, I don't have to explain this to you. Hartford's very clean.
Atlanta, fun fact, there's never been a single case of coronavirus in Atlanta or illness. Never had a flu. It is the single healthiest city in the United States.
Go to a library, look up a book. What we're saying to you is the NHL needs to practice
recession,
containment,
collapse in.
Yes, collapse in.
4-man zone defense, NHL. Let's get back to the original 6.
Play the trap, baby. Play the trap.
Play the trap.
I'm talking about 0-1-4.
Here's a great idea.
0, no forwards. One in the middle.
1 in the middle, 4 in the back. 8 goalies.
We're on defense right now.
Defense.
Stop spreading the NHL to different cities. Stop spreading.
Okay, great solution. We need to rail it in. Okay, I get it. You want to cancel the season. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But what if instead we just limit the travel? How about only allow hockey games played by teams with universal healthcare?
That makes sense to me.
So just, if you have free healthcare guaranteed to all of the people attending the game, all of the players at the game, that team should be allowed to play. So I don't know if that rules out anyone in particular, but seems like a pretty healthy leave to me.
It's a great idea. But Steven, let me ask you this question. What about the players?
Yes, Daniela.
What about those players that are under the nationality that don't have free healthcare? So here's what I'm saying here. Only the players from said country, not only teams, but only players from said country are allowed to play in the NHL.
So we have a certain amount of teams left in the league at this point for safety reasons.
Yeah.
For safety reasons. That are teams that play in with fans of universal healthcare countries.
So we've got universal healthcare countries playing in and on Canadian teams.
The players also have to be of a team the players have to be of a country that has universal healthcare. Which I guess, it's funny. Now that I think about it, would mean only Canadian players on only Canadian franchises.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there are some other countries that have universal healthcare, right? Sweden, Finland. I mean, I don't really know that. I'm just kind of assuming the Scandinavian countries have good healthcare.
Bernie Sanders likes to tell us that they all do.
Okay, so we got Swedes, we got Finns,
So almost
we got Canadians.
It's basically just
Russia.
What is the Russian healthcare system like?
What is the Russian healthcare
What a
system
great question.
I don't know. Anyway,
I assume my reaction is I assume bad.
Yeah.
But I also assume not as bad as the States.
Yeah, that's a
good
Russian
assumption. Can go in and get free healthcare, right? We're going to ask Pavel Bushnevich when he's on next time. Frequent guest.
He's a good guy. He stinks.
Really smells bad. But
basically, we're saying no Americans.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No Americans.
Hadn't really thought about it like that. But yeah, now that you mention it, it'd basically be no Americans, no American fans, no American franchises.
Sounds fucking great. All right, so who's to blame? America.
America.
Boom.
Sorry.
Boom. America's to blame.
America's to blame.
America's to blame.
America's to blame. Cue the music. Cue the drums. Do whatever you got to do.
We figured it out. Get us on the cover
America
of Time
is to blame.
Magazine.
Time Magazine.
Hey, listen up. New York Times, we got a story for you. What we just said. It's time for our next segment. This is a very important segment. We are going to be reviewing the arenas and going to be ranking which empty arena has the best crowd.
We're all very competitive about this kind of thing. You want to know that your fan base is the best fan base. But at this point, it seems like it's pretty clear which empty arena has the best crowd. We've got a list here of the top 5. We're going to lead them out to you guys. These are places where the atmosphere, the passion is there. The fans aren't, but the other things, the intangibles that make a great crowd are still there, and we want to recognize those people.
Let's talk about Madison Square Garden, folks. This is a great arena. It's a loud arena normally, but when it's not filled with people, it's quiet. And the players like the focus. It's maybe the quietest arena of all the it's maybe the quietest arena of all the empty arenas. A lot of the other empty arenas have birds flapping around, seats maybe with unoiled hinges that rock back and forth and squeak annoyingly. Madison Square Garden doesn't have it. It's a nice, quiet arena.
There is something naturally, acoustically pleasing about a cube.
It used to be a church designed by Louis V. Baptiste III in the 18th century as a church. It was then transferred over to America as a gift from the Vatican and turned into a hockey arena, which is why it's so quiet.
If you are silent in Madison Square Garden, you can hear hymns sung by ghosts.
Madison Square Garden is number 5 on the list of the top empty arenas. Number 4.
You got to give it in number 4 to Winnipeg, Manitoba, the Bell MTS Place. So good at being quiet that stadium was silent for a 11-year span while they didn't have a team. They're used to it, and that place knows how to throw a silent, personless party.
Silent, personless party. Sounds like me in high school.
Next up on the list.
Number 3 and number 2. Coming in at number 3 is Rogers Arena. Coming in at number 2 is Rogers Place. Both Rogers. They're designed the exact same way. They're the exact same arena.
If you've ever met...
It's a nice color, really. That's all we got going. The seats are a nice color.
If you've ever met a person named Roger, silence is your best option.
And interesting fact about Rogers Arena and Rogers Place, if your name is Roger, you're allowed in.
You're just allowed in.
Even during the band, they say, hey, free tickets for you, all Rogers, come on in. But also another interesting... fact. That's right. Interestingly. Nobody named Roger watches hockey.
It's also a fair fact.
There's never been one. Fair fact.
Interesting simultaneous fact. Anyone who is named Glenn is allowed to go root for the Glenn.
The Glens.
But again, Glenn Close, not a hockey fan. Glenn, if you're listening, you're not a hockey fan.
And the number one best empty arena is the Boston Arena, the TD Gardens. Why is it so good? Because everyone hates the Boston fans, and it's just a nicer place.
Just such a better situation.
Empty. It just
what
feels
an
better.
incredibly great contrast.
Comparatively, really, it's the contrast there. It's comparatively. Compared to when it's full of Boston fans and compared to when it's empty of Boston fans, it just feels so much better when it's empty. You know what I'm saying, Boston?
What do you call 18,000 less Boston fans? A good start.
Bliss. 2011 never happened.
2011 was a fake.
2011 was an inside job.
Love it.
Let's do it.
Well, since we're not getting out of here, we have 30 feet of pure asphalt above us, and
Ash.
I'm pretty sure
Just ash, dude.
just ash.
It's just ash
It's just
now.
ash up there.
It's just ash
I
up
wouldn't
there.
know. We've been down here so long at this
It's
point.
been ashed.
It's just pure ash.
the nukes have gone off.
Yeah, a gray nuclear winter.
Turns out that's the only way to effectively fight the corona.
Turns
Nuke
out-
it all.
Turns out the only thing keeping the nukes down was NHL hockey, and now that that's gone, or at least I assume it's gone, we don't know. To be honest, we entered the bomb shelter before they announced whether the season would be canceled.
Right.
But that's the thing.
Preemptive strike.
We're not sheep like the rest of you. We're not sheeple.
No, we're people.
We're people. It's with a P. Duh.
Not with an SH.
Not with an SH. Simple spelling would allow you to be a person.
Grammar.
Not
Again.
not a shurson.
Again, grammar.
Again, gram.
We care
Go
about
say hi to
gram-grams.
your gram. Actually, don't. It's not a good time to visit your grandparents right now.
Make sure your gram is alone in the house and well stocked with toilet paper, ramen noodles, whatever she needs to survive.
Every grandma loves ramen noodles.
Ben Gay.
Ben Gay.
All the creams. Remember?
Maurice Ben Gay.
Maurice.
Make sure all of the
Ben-Gay.
Maurice Ben Gay CDs are loaded into her 5 CD disc changer that she got in 1986.
And who knows? Frickin' slipper, a little bit of salvia, knock on the door, slide a bong in there, invite Gritty and Torts over and do some of those salvia hits with grams.
Make sure she's got lots of Philadelphia cream cheese and books about the Civil War. If none of that makes any sense to you,
Watch our
no,
last...
we're not going to explain it.
Okay.
We're not going to explain it. Yeah. I was going to
What I was saying was
them.
wrong anyway,
I was
dude.
going to chastise them.
What I was saying was
you
wrong
were
anyway.
You're an apologist. You're an apologist for the fakers. Since no one knows we're down here and we're locked in from the inside, and I think the oxygen level has gotten down to a dangerous level, I think it's time that we have to wrap this up. And the only thing left to do for this season, to put it in the books,
Yep.
is award the Stanley Cup.
The season is/maybe/is canceled.
I am /devastated.
So guess what? We're going to randomly award the Stanley Cup to one team. We got a random number generator here.
We're doing it by
1 to 31.
We're doing random number generator. What do you got here? Is there a website?
Random number generator to see who wins. If we get number 1, it's Boston, okay? Because they're the first in the league. And if we get 31, then it's Detroit because they're last in the league. Okay?
Perfect. So this is the best time for any team right now because any one of them could win.
Yes. And
I've got the standings right here, so I've got them all ranked.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to randomly number generate 2 teams, and those will be the 2 teams in the finals. So again, number 1 is Boston, number 31 is Detroit.
So for example, Nashville 19, Winnipeg 15, Buffalo 25. Detroit has 17 wins in 71 games.
Wow.
I don't know if should.
Yeah, why don't we just? I think Detroit's done.
Detroit's
done.
Detroit's done. We're gonna do 1 to 30.
Okay, so Detroit can't win, even in the randomly number generated
world.
Yeah,
Detroit can't win.
Detroit can't win. All right, let's get this going. Let's get the finals.
1 to 30.
First team in the finals, number 8, randomly generated. Who do we got?
Number 8 lines up with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Wow, the Vegas Golden
Knights making it to the final.
Making it to the
Congratulations, you won the coronavirus lottery. That's not a great way of saying it, but that's true.
Well, they did it.
You did
it. They sure traded a lot to do it, and they did it.
Yeah, and what's more fair, how they got to the final the first time or how they got to the final this time?
It seems It seems apt that
Yeah.
Vegas Golden Knights are in the finals of the
It also
of
seems
the-
apt that the Vegas Golden
apocalypse.
Knights were the ones that won it via lottery. You gambled and you won. Good
Yeah.
job, Vegas. House always wins.
If you told me 12 years ago that the team that would win the Stanley Cup in the season that was canceled because of the coronavirus when Trump was president is the Vegas Golden Knights, I'd say, you're crazy.
And yet, here we are.
Here we are.
Collectively, really crazy.
All right. Next team. Let's generate it.
Generation.
Generate it. Number 1.
You're fucking kidding me.
It's the Boston
You just
Bruins.
randomly generated
It's the Boston
the number
Bruins.
1. So,
It's the Boston Bruins.
I can't believe it.
It's Vegas.
You just
versus
randomly
Boston.
generated.
Yeah.
You Googled random generator between 1 and 30.
Yep.
And it got you number 1.
Yep. This is the...
Fuck.
I can't think
I
of...
cannot
This is the
think-
worst.
This is the worst.
It's the worst.
I don't even... boycotting this Stanley Cup final wouldn't be enough.
Can we just not make
no,
a winner?
I can't name a winner. It's a
I don't wanna name
Vegas
a winner.
Boston final.
I don't wanna name a winner.
It's a Vegas Boston final.
I don't want to name a winner. Can we not name a winner?
I think we have to name a winner.
All right. Let's name a winner.
First of all,
Yep.
what would you do if this was the final? And CBC is airing Vegas Boston games.
I'll tell you what I'd do. I wouldn't watch it. I'm going out that night.
I think I might protest. I think I might fly to Vegas with a sign.
I'm having dinner with my girlfriend every freaking night. I'm not watching hockey. She'll say, "Oh, this is so nice. How come you're spending so much time with me?" And I'll say, "Oh, it's because I love you, baby." But really, it's because I'm not watching hockey.
Then we'll slowly fall deeper and deeper connected. And we'll love each other more and more every single day.
More and more.
Until one day when the Canucks make the final and I say,
We're done.
we're done.
Let's do it. Let's generate it. Let's see who wins.
We're generating. How are we going to do the final?
1 and 2.
No, I think we should flip a coin.
We should flip a coin.
We should flip a coin. I've got one right here.
You got a coin?
I have got in my hand a Canadian penny.
A canceled Canadian penny.
You know
I
why?
can't believe I have it here.
You know why? I can't believe
canceled.
this was on the floor. It's a 2012
Hashtag canceled.
hashtag canceled.
Wow.
Do you know why?
Amazing.
You know why Canada doesn't have the coronavirus as much as the States do?
It's because we don't have fucking
we don't have
penny.
fucking
We don't
pennies.
have fucking pennies.
You ingrates. That's right. Ingrates.
flip that shit. Let's see who wins.
All right, we're flipping a coin.
What's heads and what's tails?
I don't. Tails is Brad Marchand and heads is Matt Stone.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, heads is Vegas, tails is Boston.
It's tails.
It's Boston. Boston wins.
Boston
wins the cup.
Boston wins the cup.
Boston wins the cup.
Congratulations,
wow.
Boston.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Number 1, you got randomly generated.
What have we done? What have we done?
All right. Well, fucking here's
Here's
this.
to you, Boston.
This is the episode from this. This is the episode
This is
from the bunker.
This is the
Hope you
episode from
enjoyed
hell.
it. Hope you
This is
enjoyed it.
This
Hope
is
you enjoyed
fucking
it.
the worst episode ever. Worst episode we've ever done?
Worst episode we've ever done.
Worst
Hope you
episode
enjoyed
we've
it.
ever done.
Emergency bunker episode.
Emergency bunker episode.
I hope you're happy, folks.
Yeah.
We did this for you, and now look what
And
look
now
what
the
we've
oxygen
done.
is running out. There is no air down here. I am seeing colors that I have never seen.
I'm way off
I-
base right now because I am drifting away.
Drifting away.
Give me the beat boys and free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Because we are losing oxygen fast, folks. I'm turning the thermostat up and turning the oxygen down and drifting away in a smoke dream of
I
heat.
always wanted to sweat and suffocate myself to death.
Bucks win.
This is really good.
Sedin score in overtime, game 7. Boston
The last thing I
loses.
can see
Canucks
in my eyes is
win
the
at
clock
home.
spinning, and just as the oxygen drifts out of here.
I'm retired and
Vancouver Kessler never traded. Kessler.
And I'm feeling the strain. Oh, it is shame. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul.